Hey guys, Brandon from TriState Whitetails. I got a new bow sight for my bow, and I decided to put it on last night, and then I was gonna shoot today and see how it panned out. I had a Trophy Ridge Fix 3, and I ended up going with the Trophy Ridge Fix 5. I wanted to be able to shoot out a little bit farther without having to kind of guess my height. So I went to the Fix 5. The Fix 3 was great for deer hunting and stuff, but I'm thinking about getting into a little bit more 3D shooting. The Fix 5 that I got has multiple adjustments. Your biggest thing is wanting to make sure that your bias is good. So you want to make sure that you have a good level setting. What I did is I put my bow in a vise very carefully, and then I leveled up the level on the side of my bow, and as soon as that was level, I felt pretty comfortable with where that was. I leveled it here, here, and here, and I also laid a level across my bow right here, and everything was level. So then what I did was I checked the level on the end of on the bottom of my sight. I'm not sure if you can get a good visual on that. And I wanted to make sure that this bubble was level as well. So I adjusted everything to make sure it was level, and then took it out, drew back, and checked my peep. I wanted to make sure that the circle of the sight lined up perfectly with my peep. So I kind of drew back with my eyes closed, and then you kind of open your eyes and I look through the peep, and where I'm comfortable, where I set, I want to be able to see the perfect circle of my bow sight within my peep. So that took a little bit of up and down adjusting there. Once I got that in, then I started sighting it, and as I was sighting, I noticed that my arrows looked like they were kind of shooting out to the left and coming back to the right. So I knew I had a problem. What I decided to do was set up a paper target, and I paper tuned it. That's basically just taking a piece of paper and putting it up, kind of floating there. I have a box, and then I put tape on it in 4 corners. I can show you that. And I tape that piece of paper up there, kind of free floating. And then I stand about 3 to 5 yards from it, and I try to get it perfectly level with my bow. And then I just point and shoot. And when you shoot that, your arrow, when it goes through the paper, it should show a dot where your field tip goes through, and then 3 fletchings. Now, it should look like a perfect bullet with 3 fletchings on the outside of it. Mine it was kind of, the fletchings were high and to the right. I mean, it almost looked like the arrow was coming in sideways. It looked terrible. So what I had to do was adjust my rest. I use these drop away QAD Ultra Rest. I just started using them last season when I bought the Matthews Triax, and I love it. I used to use kind of a Whisker Biscuit off-brand thing, and the consistency was terrible. But these drop away rests are fantastic. I love how they just drop away and your arrow just kind of floats right past. But this has adjustments. I can adjust this rest with this screw right here. If I loosen that, that gives me the ability to grab a hold of this and adjust it left or right. And you can see the little increments in there to help give you an idea on where you left off and where you want to be and where you're going. There's also another screw, set screw right here, and that gives me the ability, this set screw right here gives me the ability to raise or lower my rest. So with mine shooting, as I hit the target, hit the paper, and it was tearing, the fletchings were up and to the right, I wanted to move my rest up because you follow it, and then I wanted it to move left because you do the opposite on your left to right. So I moved it, I'm all the way to the left actually, and I'm all the way up as high as I can go on this bow. But I didn't just guess that. I kind of did little increments, one at a time, and I shot, and I used the same arrow every time. I get in a good place, I get comfortable. You really want to make sure that you got a good grip. That's important, because if you don't have a good grip, you're going to twist that bow, and if you twist that bow, you're pulling your string one way or the other, and that will also make your arrow do this. So having a good grip, I kind of hold loosely, I let it set in the saddle of my hand here, and then I just kind of set my fingertips on it, and I draw back, and you don't press against your face. If you press against your face, you'll also get that string to want to push out and go different ways. So I draw back and I just touch the kisser, and just take your time and release, and then shoot 2 or 3 of them, and if they all look the same, then you know that that's the adjustments you need to make. But I went through quite a bit of adjustments on this to get it dialed in just to where I liked it, and now I'm shooting, just tinkering around today. I'm out to 30 yards and it's shooting very consistently. Really nice. The arrows are looking good. I got good arrow flight. It's about 100 and some degrees out here today with humidity, so I'm not doing too much shooting, but it's definitely an easy process. If you seem to be having an issue with consistency, it's an easy process to look at, make some adjustments, and try to fix that yourself to see if that's part of the problem. Like I said, a big important part is your grip. Be very careful with your grip. Don't twist, pull, and then your draw. Be careful where you're placing your cheek on there. Make sure you're not pulling your bow into yourself. You really just want to draw and set your head into it nice and easily, and then release, and then let your bow fall away from you. Because if your bow's pulling away like this because you're pulling too hard, you're going to have problems every time. So just release and let your bow fall, and keep your eyes straight. Don't try to pull your arm away and look at your shot. Pull your release, fall away, keep your eyes straight on your shot, and it should follow through nicely. I wonder if there's anything else I wanted to talk about on my setup. It's real basic hunting setup, nothing too crazy or fancy. I'm debating on getting the new Shrewd Atlas and trying that just to help with my level and twisting. That'll help. What you're doing is your stabilizer is coming off the back of your Atlas, which your Atlas connects here, and then it puts another stabilizer on that Atlas, and it can adjust up, down, out, or in, and that helps pull the weight one way, so that way when you're at draw, you're kind of fighting that weight, and it actually helps you hold more stable. I've been in debate whether to get one or not. I'm really rather comfortable with what I'm shooting and how it's shooting, so I'm not sure if I want to spend $100 on it or not. But other than that, just Trophy Ridge fixed 5. Really enjoying it. I like it. It's got a light on it. My drop away QAD rest. I think this is the Ultra Rest HDX or something along those lines. My stabilizer, I just use these bee stingers. I like it. They look cool. I went with kind of the shorter one. I think I wanted a little bit longer one, but they didn't have one in stock, which whatever. I mean, it's whatever you're comfortable with shooting with. And an important thing is your grip and your release. When you grip and release your bow, those are very important parts of getting that arrow to fly straight and to hitting your target consistently. If you guys got any questions on some basic setups, just give me a shout out on either YouTube or I'm on Facebook, Instagram. Go ahead and like my videos and subscribe to TriState Whitetails. Thanks, guys.